Alright, man, welcome back to another reaction. Today we got the secret truth behind Hasbulla's success. Like always, we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to get right into this one, man.
Hasbulla is a 20-year-old, 3-foot 3-inch internet sensation. Hasbulla is a 20-year-old, 3-foot 3-inch internet sensation.
I guess I should say before we get into this, I fucking love Hasbulla. He's so fucking great, in my opinion.
That
So
seemingly
funny.
rose to superstardom overnight. His hilarious viral videos have gotten him famous all over the world. Today, he has over 8 million followers on Instagram and just secured a massive contract with the UFC. Hasbulla is humble, but he is no fool. He knew exactly the right people he needed to become friends with to accelerate to the next level of fame.
Real and
He
true.
left some old friends in the dust and made new friends in high places. There has been a lot of suspicion
I mean, you gotta leave people behind, man. It's just part of
surrounding
this.
his
It's
fame, coming
it's just kind of how it goes. Some people just when you're trying to go to the top, you can't bring everyone with you, man. It's just how it is. You want to and you try to, but you can't. It's just reality. Some people just can't go to the
from
top,
a
man.
tiny village in Russia to meetings with royalty. How exactly did Hasbulla do it? Well, the secret behind his success is crazier than we thought.
This thing's fucking
Hasbulla,
out.
who also goes by Hasbeek, was born in the small village of Akusha, Russia, which is inside the Republic of Dagestan. You probably have heard of Dagestan because it is the home of the UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. Mixed martial arts has a huge part of Hasbulla's story, but we'll get to that. At some point, Hasbeek moved to the largest city in Dagestan, Makhachkala. Although the reason for the move is unknown, it's possible he moved there to get access to better medical facilities to learn more information about his illness. Hasbulla has the facial features and body structure of a toddler, despite him being 20 years of age. It's likely caused by him being born with a growth hormone deficiency, where the brain's pituitary gland can't produce the necessary hormones for a growing human. However, technically, his condition is undiagnosed. Hasbulla said that doctors told him they did not know specifically what is wrong with him. Very little is known about Hasbulla's upbringing. No, it's not because I'm a lazy researcher, but if you understand more about his culture, the lack of information makes a lot of sense. Firstly, Dagestan as a whole is known for being a very poor republic of Russia. It's possible that his family had limited access to technology, computers, and smartphones growing up, so he wasn't uploading YouTube videos in 2008 like me. He did go to Islamic school for 4 years before he dropped out. He did not like the way his teachers treated him, and because of his condition, classmates were not always the nicest. Despite abandoning school, he still spent most of his days practicing his
Kids can be pretty ruthless, man.
religion and spending time with the family, but that's
very
pretty
true.
much all we know about his upbringing. As Americans, we often have this expectation that humans have to live this spectacular life. We have to travel, experience different cultures and lifestyles, have lofty goals, make a lot of money, and constantly chase this better life that is sold to us on a daily basis. Many people from Dagestan and all over the world live almost the opposite. They have a job to help their community, they spend a lot of time practicing their religion, they spend a lot of time with family, and usually practice a sport, which for many Dagestanians, their sport of choice is wrestling, which has led to producing some of the most dangerous fighters in the world. Their region may be poor in terms of GDP and other economic factors, however their culture is rich, and their people are admirable. Their life is valued by their relationships with others and their dedication to God. Hasbulla says he never planned to be famous. It just kind of happened. It all started in June of 2020 when he posted a TikTok video of him eating his favorite fruit, strawberries.
Yo.
This simple
Fuck yeah. Strawberries are definitely top 3 in my opinion. It's like raspberries, strawberries, and probably blueberries, honestly.
TikTok changed Hasbulla's life. The video went super viral on the Russian side of TikTok. People were saying he's cute, saying he looks somewhere between 6 and 40 years old, and questioning his condition. The mystery of Hasbulla began. Hasbulla continued to upload videos of him eating strawberries and saying this phrase, which translates to "strawberries are bomb, to be honest." This phrase was turned into a TikTok meme.
I love that. Oh, okay. See, leave it to TikTok to just fucking ruin something. I hate
Just a couple of weeks later, the virality caught the attention of Mohammad Murtazaliyev, owner of The Chef Cooks YouTube channel. Mohammad owns a restaurant called M Tokyo in Dagestan and invited Hasbulla to try some food and do an interview. This was the first time the internet got to learn a little bit about him. The video got well over 2 million views, and from there, Hasbulla realized he could start to finally profit from his condition. He started charging about 25,000 rubles, or $300 for a video collaboration. The next video, they made a chocolate fondue fountain, dipped strawberries and bananas, and did a taste test. The audience could not get enough of Hasbulla, so they continued to collaborate on food reviews and other Hasbulla lifestyle content for the next couple of months. Hasbulla was also contacted by Cubic, a children's department store in Mahachkala, to do a commercial. At the end of the commercial, he used his iconic catchphrase, but instead of strawberries are bomb, he said Cubic is bomb. Within a month, Hasbulla raised his rate to 100,000 rubles, or $1,200, and realized he could make an actual living from social media. He focused on growing his Instagram and TikTok following by reposting clips of the content he made with Mohammed. These clips would make the rounds on Russian social media algorithms. He was even featured on the news in Dagestan, where the hosts reacted to his viral videos. In just a couple of months, Hasbulla was a rising star in Dagestan. However, one man was about to take his fame to a whole new level. In late 2020, Hasbulla was discovered by a much larger Russian YouTuber, Azkab Tamev. Tamev is known as the Chechen Hulk because of his massive neck and body build. He is from the Republic of Chechnya, which is about 100 miles away from Mahachkala.
So
Tamev was a mixed martial artist growing up and would make vlogs of his fitness journey and training sessions, each of them generating millions of views. He only had one professional fight in which he won, but he got so popular on YouTube through his fighting lifestyle videos that he became a Chechnyan star. Tamev saw the potential in Hasbulla, so he paid him for a video collaboration. The video was basically just a vlog where Tamev and his fans got to know Hasbulla, but there was one pivotal moment that changed everything. Basically, Tamev asked Hasbulla if he wants to hit the gym. He says, "You're weak, right?" Then Hasbulla says, "No, I'm not," and punches him in the face. Tamev taunts him a little more and they have a laugh while Hasbulla throws some more hands. They left the restaurant and hit the gym. Hasbulla strapped on the boxing gloves and struck fear into the souls of anyone who dared to test him. The clips of Hasbulla fighting were beloved by the community. How could you not laugh at a tiny man punching someone with all his might, but it does zero damage? Tamev asked Hasbulla if he would like to fight anyone, and he said yes, but there is no opponent for him since he is so small. At that moment, a light bulb went off in Tamev's head. He started planning something that would change both of their lives forever. Hasbulla became a regular guest on Tamev's channel, as well as other Dagestanian YouTubers. He was a cheat code for millions of views.
I don't understand. Am I dumb?
Погнали. Давай, давай, быстрее.
Bro, it'd probably be so wild to try to watch these videos in a completely different language.
Hasbulla had already accumulated 500,000 followers on Instagram by the end of 2020 before anyone in the Western world knew about him. But the comments kept begging to see Hasbulla fight, and Tamev had the perfect opponent. On January 20th, 2021, a video that now has 11 million views was uploaded announcing a fight between Hasbulla and Abdu Rozik. Abdu is a 19-year-old singer from Tajikistan who appears to have the same genetic condition as Hasbulla, making him the perfect opponent. This video was their first press conference, where they are shouting at each other through a TV screen stating how they were going to knock each other out. Tamev also became Hasbulla's manager at this point. He was using his network to help Hasbulla get more business and obviously sponsorship money. For all of 2021, Tamev's most viewed videos were the ones that Hasbulla was in, which peaked when he finally got Hasbulla and Abdu in the same room together in May. This
is the one that I saw.
Has 19 million views and millions of views on other social medias.
This was the first time I ever saw Hasbulla.
This was the very first time the United States got introduced to Hasbulla. Since none of the videos had captions, Americans just saw two tiny humans that looked like toddlers screaming at each other and ready to rip their heads off.
This square up right here. This square up right here. Right here. This right here. Look. He said.
Иди сюда.
Я тебя с радостью
Да,
оставил бы.
иди сюда, приходи, давай.
Tamev let everyone know that this fight was indeed scheduled, and they planned on making it a
didn't actually
legit
happen, right?
televised bout. The ridiculousness of these two tiny men getting in the ring together was enough to keep people waiting. Their social media accounts
There's
were
no
skyrocketing.
shot this actually
This was
happened.
about to be bigger than McGregor vs. Habib. The fight was being hyped up a lot by Tamev. He was posting his training clips. Meanwhile, Hasbulla was going super viral in the USA and getting a lot of new followers. Some of his most famous videos were the ones where he was imitating Habib. His
Yeah.
USA audience still didn't know who Hasbeek was, so they gave him the nickname Mini Habib. It's tough to know how serious this fight was at this point. In the back of everyone's minds, they thought it had to be just a big joke. Hasbulla became a mastermind of social media at this point, fully understanding what types of things people wanted to see from him, entertaining millions with his antics.
Bah.
However, behind the
He's got a
scenes, things
deagle.
were not so
He's got a
good between
fucking
Tamev and
deagle, bro,
Hasbulla.
gold deagle.
Close friends of Hasbeek were saying that Tamev was taking advantage of him and mocking him publicly. On top of that, Hasbulla was demanding more money, which at this point Tamev was paying him 100,000 rubles per video.
Мне говорит, Тамай, у тебя мало деньги платит.
Hasbeek said he was not being paid enough by Tamev, and because of the disagreement, they would no longer be working together. Tamev made a response video where he told his side of the story. Tamev says that Hasbulla wanted 300,000 rubles, or $3,700 per video. He also said that the people around Hasbulla are truly the ones who are deceiving him and taking advantage of him. A divide started to occur. Some viewers were saying Hasbulla was greedy, that he is ungrateful for all that Tamev did for him, and that Tamev is the one who made him so popular. Hasbulla supporters said the exact opposite, that most of Tamev's popularity came from Hasbeek being featured on the channel, and that he deserved the money he demanded since Tamev could easily afford it. From here it made
Hasby definitely deserved whatever he deserved, right? But to say like Hasby made him when he brought him in is kind of absurd, right? Like, you don't really make someone. You can help someone, but you don't really make someone. They have to already have what it takes, man. You don't
made
really,
a lot of people wonder if
you can help show them, but it's not like a guarantee that they're gonna blow up. They still have to do everything on their own, man.
Hasbulla was being
there's-
taken advantage of.
Not on their own, but they have to do their part. Their part, rather. Excuse me.
Came from Hasbeek being featured on the channel, and that he deserved the money he demanded since Tamev could easily afford it. From here, it made a lot of people wonder if Hasbulla was being taken
Oh, my
advantage
big
of.
dad.
After all, he is extremely vulnerable to abuse and mistreatment due to his size. Luckily, Hasbulla didn't even need his famous friend Tamev anymore, because he made a new super famous friend, Habib Nurmagomedov. Habib and his men took Hasbeek under their wing, and I believe this was the key relationship for Hasbulla to make friends in high places. Habib is Russian and UFC royalty. He is the undefeated champion who has never had a controversy and is beloved by the world. Habib doesn't co-sign
Yep,
or uplift
and-
anyone
And has never even really been touched in the octagon.
other than the
let's
people
be
that
real.
are closest to him. With
had
Habib's support and
one
connections,
fight that
Hasbulla was set.
I don't even think it's one fight. I think it's one round of one fight that was like, kind of close.
For
But
life.
Other than that,
They
he
brought
just ran
Hasbulla
through
to
everybody.
UFC 267 where Islam Makhachev defeated Dan Hooker, then celebrated with him in the ring. He even got into an altercation with Abdu Rozik while he was there. As far as
Jesus.
Hasbeek's fight with Abdu, it was now October 2021 and nothing really progressed. Tamev posted screenshots of a private DM with Dana White where Dana said he was interested in making their bout official with the UFC. However, Hasbulla later confirmed that this was a fake DM. There was no contract, and this was just a troll from Tamev. Make sure you're
Yeah.
drinking water. Hasbeek just kept posting hilarious memes of himself. People doubted that it was actually him running his own page, but it was. He knows that he is a meme. He knows that people love to see him act like a menace, and the more ridiculous, the better. He would jump on trending moments like a picture of him defeating Deontay Wilder, or he would just find himself making the perfect
Nice.
face that would fit the reaction of any weird thing you saw on Twitter. His memes got the attention of Caleb Presley from Barstool Sports,
This was
who
a
took
great
his
interview.
USA fame to new heights.
Yes.
You ever seen the movie?
Huh?
Cars?
Мультик не смотрю,
You're too big for cartoons?
потому что я взрослый уже.
I'm an adult. I like Cars, the movie.
А значит, у тебя мозги не взрослые.
Jesus.
Hasbulla strikes love and fear through me at the same time. It's hard to
True,
put into
that's a
words
great
why
comment.
Hasbulla is so loved. He is just packed with charisma and positivity in his tiny body. I think adults just naturally look at children and see bliss, naivety, and almost feel
No,
jealous of their
she's
youth.
gone.
Hasbulla has that, but he's a fully grown adult, even though some people, like Mike Tyson, treat him like a toddler.
Yeah, This was weird, bro.
No.
No.
That clip is hard to watch.
Yeah.
If it isn't obvious, Hasbulla hates being treated like a toddler. But him running around doing completely normal things like driving a car, laughing, smiling, running, existing are just interesting to us.
True.
He represents the innocence and joy we all had at one point. Plus, his life goals are very humble.
Открыть свой известный бизнес и чтобы нормальные деньги зарабатывал и потом помогать тем людям, которые нуждаются в помощи.
Hasbeek did in fact start a booming business. His popularity and affiliation with Habib landed him a 5-year contract with the UFC. Hasbulla leaned
didn't
into
even
the
know
idea
that.
that he would be fighting, since that would get more attention. However, he says he doesn't like fighting. Despite him going viral for constantly hitting and punching people, that's just what they demand from him. Most people ask Hasbulla if he can hit them. He doesn't actually want to do it. We would later find out that he is just an ambassador for the UFC brand, so he will go to events and help promote, but he's not going to fight. How
Well,
much he
yeah.
made from this deal is
I mean,
still
that
unclear,
makes sense.
but Dana White probably paid him more than he pays his fighters. Conor McGregor even chimed in with how he feels about Hasbulla. He was pretty much the first person to ever say anything negative about him, which seemed
Yeah.
incredibly out of pocket, but we wouldn't expect much different
Exactly. Like, that's kind of what you expect
from
from
the former
Conor, man.
champion and rival to Habib. Plus, this allowed Hasbeek to engage in a hilarious ongoing beef with Conor for all of our entertainment.
Bruh.
As far as other business ventures, we do know he has an NFT project, which we all know aren't technically scams, but they always seem to fall short of what they promise, as the world has no idea how NFTs are going to provide any real value to our lives. He also sells
Kinda
merchandise and gets paid for
scamming,
interviews
but
and
whatever.
collaborations. I don't think Hasbulla is filthy rich by any means, but he's probably doing just fine. His travel expenses are paid by the people he organizes collaborations with, and he says a lot of the nice things he owns are actually gifts from other people,
Nice.
as gifting is very common amongst rich people in other cultures. His deal with the UFC also allowed the Nelk Boys to secure an interview with him,
Dude,
because
that was
Hasbulla
fire.
does not work with
And their videos with Hasbulla, too, if you haven't watched that, go watch those Nelk videos with fucking Hasbulla. Those are absolute bangers, man.
just anyone. Not because he's closed-minded, but because he does
This
with
right
him.
here.
Because Hasbulla does not work with just
Yeah.
anyone. Not because he's closed-minded, but because he doesn't really know who would be worth his time.
That's
For
so
example,
funny.
he didn't know nor care to meet Drake.
Кто папа пишет из них, я не слушаю музыку. Я только слова слушаю.
You've talked to Drake on Instagram, Hasbulla?
What are they messaging you?
Я не знаю, что.
What did Drake say to you on Instagram?
Ничто.
You left Drake on red?
Wow.
Hasbeek truly does not fancy anyone. He looks up to God, and
I
that's
didn't see
it, which
it.
makes him even more special because people think he is this kid in the candy store just happy to be chauffeured around the world, but he would be perfectly content in his small home in Dagestan relaxing with his family. He constantly says his whole purpose of making money is to give it away to others who are in need. His values are centered around his family and friends, but just like anyone else, if you are given the opportunity to travel the world, experience all these exciting adventures just because people want to talk to you, who wouldn't capitalize on that? The Nelk Boys also allowed us to see the best side of Hasbulla. He showed them around his country and gave them an insight to who he really is. Then the Nelk Boys invited him to the USA and gave
Yeah,
him some
here we
incredible
go.
memories. These videos felt very personal. Of course, we
They
got
were
some
great, man.
iconic Hasbulla antics, but it felt like we were experiencing a deeper insight to his life that just made fans love him even more.
True.
But sadly, just when the world thought Hasbulla could do no wrong, he slipped up. And one video changed Hasbulla's reputation forever.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the cat video
Hasbeek
now.
decided
Here
to
we go.
film himself disciplining his cat, which consisted of him tugging on its ear and hitting it on the top of the cat's head, one shot with a closed fist and one open hand slap. And the cat also looks like it's afraid of Hasbulla. The internet got set on fire. His comment sections are flooded with him being called an abuser, a terrible person, and that he doesn't deserve to have custody of his cat. Hasbeek responded with this video,
Ты это делаешь, ты не то делаешь. Ну, она фигню сказала, я чуть ухо потянул и все. Я кошку очень сильнее люблю.
where he says he lightly disciplined it and that he loves his cat more than anyone, and he thinks people are overreacting. A few days later, he's receiving so much hate from the internet that he said he is considering giving up his animal. Basically, everyone agrees that filming himself hitting the cat was definitely weird and totally unnecessary, but some people were making it seem like he was going to be on Netflix's Don't F with Cats Part 2. Cats are
Okay, really? Dude. Honestly, I'm not even gonna speak on this, man. This is just like
are mostly gentle creatures who probably don't need to be disciplined, and
Yeah,
even if they did,
definitely
hitting
don't.
them is not the solution. Because of this, Hasbulla found out that in the Western world and on social media, one mistake can define how the world sees you forever. Some people saw the video of the cat, and now they think he spends all of his free time abusing animals. He didn't apologize, and because he didn't apologize, and he just kind of told his side of the story, most people didn't accept it, and it kind of made it even worse for him. At the same time, Hasbulla likely doesn't care how the world sees him. He doesn't have the same values or morals that people in the Western world do. He likely doesn't fear being canceled, nor is he going to let the
True.
masses judge him. He has been attacked his whole life, and he knows at the end, God is the only one whose judgment matters. The real secret to Hasbulla's success is knowing that if he lost everything and had to live the rest of his life in the mountains of Dagestan with his family,
He'd be okay
he
with it.
probably wouldn't care.
Yeah, be okay with it, man. Wow. Okay, well that was a great video, honestly, like always. Hey man, make sure to go subscribe to Patrickcc, yeah? God damn, what an absolute fucking banger, like always, man.